What is this disturbance in my domain? A whisper of footsteps, a clink of gold. Surely not. It's been ages since someone dared enter my lair. Decades, perhaps centuries. I had begun to wonder if mortals had forgotten me altogether. But no, here you are. A foolish little creature, scuttling where you don't belong. Now I smell you. The tang sweat, the sour bite of fear. And steel. Oh, this is rich. How long has it been, I wonder, since I last had a visitor? Do you think yourself the first to brave my hold? The others, there were so many in the old days. They all came with great plans. Heroes with shining blades, wizards clutching their dusty scrolls. Even thieves, scurrying in the shadows. But you... I sense none of their cunning or courage. Tell me, little one, what brought you here? Perhaps you've come seeking riches. My lair is famous, after all. Stories of all its treasures have spread far and wide, enough to tempt even the most foolish of mortals. Or maybe you've heard the whispers of my power. Were you hoping to take something of mine? An artifact, a relic, a piece of my legacy? What a pitiful notion. Do you truly think yourself capable of stealing from me? There's something unusual about you. Different from the others. The adventurers of old had boldness, but you... Oh, you're brimming with desperation. Interesting. And so very foolish. How deliciously ironic. For so many years they avoided me. I was too great, too terrifying. The world moved on, and my name faded into obscurity. And now, after all this time, someone finally dares to come here, and it's you. How underwhelming. Let me see the fool who thought they could disturb my slumber. Or would you prefer I burn away the shadows you cling to? You're clever, I'll give you that. Trying to stay silent, trying to blend into the darkness. Admirable in a pathetic sort of way. But cleverness won't save you. This is my domain, my hoard. And you've already sealed your fate by stepping foot inside it. Shall we play a game, little one? Hide and seek? I promise when I find you, and I will find you, it will be quite the spectacle. Now, show yourself, little thief. Let me gaze upon the fool who dared awaken me after so many years. There you are. Did you think you could outwit me? In my domain? Foolish little creature. Now, let me take a good look at you. Well, what do we have here? A scrappy little adventurer. A lost, trembling wretch who stumbled too far from the safety of their village. You don't look like much. No gleaming armor, no enchanted staff, just a sack of nerves wrapped in too thin skin. How utterly disappointing. But tell me, little one, what made you so bold as to enter the lair of a dragon? Did you come seeking riches? Or perhaps you fancied yourself a slayer of legends? Oh, but look at you now. You're shaking, your eyes darting like a trapped hare. How curious. I wonder, what could drive such a pitiful creature into the maw of death itself? Maybe I'm being a bit unfair. Perhaps you're not so foolish. After all, you managed to get in this far. Few ever do. Of course, getting in is one thing. Getting out, now that's a different matter entirely. Oh, you realize it, don't you? You're truly trapped now, little one. My lair is a labyrinth, and I know every shadow, every crack. There's no escape. So tell me, why should I let you live? Why shouldn't I just burn you to a crisp where you stand? What could a fragile little creature like you possibly offer me? A creature that has seen empires rise and fall, gods worshipped and forgotten. I see. You think the charm you have there will save you? I've seen your kind before. Pleading, bargaining, groveling for mercy when they realize they've gotten in over their heads. A simple protection charm won't help you, pet. I've faced much more powerful magic than you could even fathom. Still, despite you invading my lair, I must admit, it's refreshing to have company. The centuries do grow so dull when no one is foolish enough to disturb my slumber. I have an idea. Here's what we'll do, little one. Amuse me. Tell me your story, your purpose. Make me laugh. Make me curious. Prove to me that your life is worth sparing. Louder, pet. I don't have patience to decipher your pathetic muttering. An explorer, you say, with love for dwarven relics. How quaint. I suppose I should applaud your bravery, or was it foolishness, for wandering into places you don't belong. You mean to tell me you accidentally stumbled into my lair? Oh, what luck! Out of all the forgotten halls and sunken mines, you found yourself here, in a place where dwarves dared tread no more. So you've noticed. Yes, these walls once rang with songs of dwarven folk. Their forges blazed bright, and their axes bit deep into the veins of the earth. Such industrious little vermin they were, always building, hoarding, delving. But that was centuries ago, long before your ancestors even crawled out of their mud huts. Their halls stood proud until I arrived. You see, little one, I have a taste for the finer things, and the dwarves with their glittering treasures and stonecraft. They were ripe for the plunder. It took but a day for their mighty kingdom to fall. The warriors crumbled like dust under my claws. Their walls melted beneath my flames. And their treasures? Well, they're mine now. But tell me, little wanderer, did you truly come here for history? For knowledge? Or was it the allure of riches that brought you here? Did you imagine yourself walking away with a sack full of gold, tales of bravery on your lips? How noble of you, a true seeker of wisdom. You think that excuses your intrusion? That it makes you somehow better than the others who have dared to enter my domain? Don't flatter yourself. Intentions matter little here. You crossed the threshold of my lair, and now you also belong to me. How amusing. Look at you, trembling like a leaf caught in a storm. Are all mortals this frail now? Or are you a special breed of timid? Come now, little human. You can speak, can't you? Or has my magnificence rendered you speechless? Oh, it wouldn't be the first time. Apologies. Oh, my sweet little mortal. Those are meaningless to me. What could your quivering words possibly repair? But your demeanour is quite delightful. So docile, so easily cowed, like a lamb before a wolf. No matter. I requested amusement of you, pet. So tell me, do you know of these halls? What of the dwarves who built them? Of the treasures they so dearly clung to? Surely you've learned something in your little escapades. The stonework, yes. Sharp eyes, little one. These walls bear marks of their runesmiths. Walls meant to shield against invaders. How quaint, considering how easily I melted through them. You've done your research, it seems. How precious. Do you often wander into ancient places, hoping to uncover secrets, my dear? Is this the first time your curiosity has led you astray, straight into danger? Ah, yes, the first time. I suppose you wouldn't be here if it wasn't. Tell me, little one, what does it feel like to be so small? To stand in a place steeped in power before a creature who could crush you with a flick of her claws. It's humbling, isn't it? To realize your insignificance. Yet, I find your meekness endearing. There's a certain charm in how you wilt under my gaze, little mortal. Quite so, pet. Has a ring to it, doesn't it? Pet. Perhaps I'll keep you. You'd make a fine addition to my collection. Not as a treasure, no. You're not quite shiny enough for that. But as a pet, a curious little thing to amuse me on dull days. Yes, I'd rather like the sound of that. Look at you, blushing so sweetly. Oh, don't deny it. I can see it in your cheeks, even through that bashful stare of yours. You can't hide from me, little one. Tell me, Pat, what would you do if I decided to keep you here? If I made this your new home? Would you fight me? Plead for mercy? Or would you bow your head like the good little human you seem to be? A nod? How obedient. Perhaps you finally realized where you stand, or rather kneel, before me. Good. I prefer my companions pliant and respectful. I still see it within you, though. The fear. I see it in the way you glance at me, little mortal. Those wide, fearful eyes can't hide everything. You find me captivating, don't you? Go on, admit it. Oh, this is delightful. A little human ensnared by their own curiosity, and now charmed by the very danger they feared. Are you always as contradictory? Or is it my presence that unravels you so completely? I must admit, it's been centuries since I've had company worth keeping around. The treasure is a constant, the power intoxicating, but it gets lonely, pet. Dwarves were such grim little creatures, and others who dared enter were either foolish adventurers or blundering thieves. Nothing of interest to me. But you're different. Not only do you lack malice, but your submission, your quiet awe, it's refreshing. Yes, I've decided. You'll stay. I could use a companion, someone to share my stories with, someone to remind me of the world beyond these walls. And in return, I'll keep you safe. You'll want for nothing. Food, warmth, protection, all under my watchful eye. Oh, don't look so worried. I can be kind to those who amuse me, and you, little one, are very amusing. This arrangement will be pleasant, I think. You'll tell me your little tales, and I'll regale you with mine. I might even show you the world as I see it, when I'm not too busy basking in my own magnificence, of course. Oh, did I say companion, little one? I meant exactly what you think I meant, little pet.